24. And we'll get to see the Eagles' burner at wide receiver. He's coming off a week where he lit up the defense and the stat sheets. It's the Eagles and the Commanders, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Eagles of Houston taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that,
fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. Well, now how about this return? And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line. That wipes away a big return on the opening kickoff.
and that's the way you're supposed to start a game. What a momentum grabber. Instead, some of that gets wiped away on that one.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Patrick Queen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Howell to throw on second down. And right away, he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And it won't be a pick 6, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one paramount, because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this. How about this starting field position? First and goal from 2 yards out. Richardson is going to keep it on the draw. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Now Richardson back to throw it. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now Howell. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with punter pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Howell, he'll look to throw it. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Coming up.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. In motion goes the tight end. Off play action. Richardson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Play action. Now Richardson. He's going to take another shot here. Touchdown! A great play there. 52 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. 14. Commanders, nothing. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. First carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he stopped immediately there. The tackle by Nakobe Dean. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Howell can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Howell. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 33. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Richardson to throw off play action. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession.
But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Howell from the gun, and he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
All right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback. Well, that's not one you see very often on Aaron Donald, because we know he's not trying to do anything intentional. But that time, just a little too late for the officials' liking.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. First and 10. Here's Richardson with it. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is incomplete. Quez Watkins, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. 3.5 to go, first quarter. You talk about this Washington defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Richardson going on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks. Is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now it's Richardson. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. Quez Watkins with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Eagles are an extra point away from going up by 30. Point after, right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And Howe will throw it. Swings this out for a punt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing here, Howell. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Rodgers to return it. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And now out comes Houston. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. A big play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Eagles extend their lead yet again. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Commanders, nothing.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Howell. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Extra point splits the uprights. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Commanders, nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Howell now to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. And the Washington offense heading out. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early, but that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
Back to throw. Powell. That is incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, get it back to their offense.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On the return, it's Rodgers. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first-half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Powell out of the shotgun. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Richardson to the air on 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Touchdown! A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Eagles have got it on cruise control. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
65. Commanders nothing.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Sam Howell in the offense ready to go back to work, and his struggles, they're continuing. He had 3 interceptions in last week's ball game, 2 more already here before halftime as they take over with a first down. They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Looking to throw. Howell. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Richardson looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Howell in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles. But that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away. Pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters. But in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws.
Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Eagles just continue to roll. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half.
Commanders nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nixon now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Commanders' offense set to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now, standing just outside his own goal line. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. And CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. 1 play, 1 pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just saved those calls for this possession instead.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Eagles are pouring it on. Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Now the Washington offense going back to work. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And now the punter, Tressway, as he sends this one away. Rodgers on the return. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Houston. 52 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Richardson off the play fake.
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles extend their lead yet again.
Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, And that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 10. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
So obviously they will... And the result is 6 points. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The Eagles offense back out onto the field.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how...
And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Houston. 59 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
They go play action with Richardson.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
On 1st down, Richardson.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Now throwing on 1st down here.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Howell.
He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On first down, Howell. Wilson's got it complete. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 3. Howell. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Howell looking to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. Now throw right side here going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
One last shot before the break. Howell. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3.
At their own 13-yard line.
Mustang 19. Dragon 60.
In motion, the tight end.
70 Ranger.
Richardson to throw off play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man complete. Now he's loose again. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 87 yards. And the Eagles have got it on cruise control. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Now 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
At the 16-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw it. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Back to throw, Howell. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Tressway now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes, it's not about what's called from the sideline, it's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Off play action, Richardson.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards.
And the Eagles just continue to roll.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Washington ready to try again on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Second down, Howell back to pass.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
3rd and long, here's Howell.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Tressway now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. 65, check, 65. Check. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler.
Play action, now Richardson.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. A great play there. Finding the end zone yet again.
And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over again. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Brought down that time by Nolan Smith.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Slant pass, it's Ferguson.
And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And Hunt is not going to get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return.
Houston set to take over.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. He flat out can't be stopped.
And the Eagles are pouring it on.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
18, right there. Check, Panthers. Hey, check that.
And to the left side here, Wilson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now. The way
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. A big play there. Finding the end zone yet again.
And the Eagles extend their lead yet again.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pushing his way through.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Washington offense set to take over. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He lets it fly for Lockett, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense.
70 Ranger. Check smash. Check smash. 79 Broncos. Ready?
Richardson to the air on 1st down.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. He flat out can't be stopped.
And the Eagles have got it on cruise control.
Now the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 7. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Richardson off the play fake.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Finding the end zone yet again.
And the Eagles are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Lockett, the motion man right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw here. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They go play action with Richardson. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. A big play there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Point after here coming up. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. And the Washington offense heading out.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. They'll look to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Rodgers to return it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. It's a punt return score of 70 yards. And the Eagles are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Oh, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Nixon now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he's free at the 35. Michael Gallup. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards.
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what. Third down. All you're thinking is, what can we do to keep this drive going to get enough yardage to move the sticks? You're certainly not thinking about taking...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick six TD. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Jordan Davis picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Well, CD, we are witnessing something that I never thought that I would witness. I would imagine you never thought this, too. I mean, we have a team taking the field in an NFL game, and they are up by triple digits. I mean, 50 is a lot, but to get to over 100, this is just crazy.
We've seen in the history of the game of basketball a few people score 100 points individually, men and women. But we've never seen this before in NFL history. We've only seen 2 teams combine for 100 points in a game 5 times in league history. One of the greatest games ever played, well, by one of the teams anyway.
18, Street. Buffalo 18.
Second down, here's Richardson.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, here's Richardson.
He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be caught front. Eagles touchdown. A great play there. Finding the end zone yet again. And the Eagles continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Nixon now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Well, look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return,
and they will take over 1st and 10. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Richardson to throw off play action.
He's going to let it go again. And this is caught, and he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And out now come the Eagles.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to... work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 18 Rattler, 18.
Off play action, Richardson.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
Going deep here for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the try here for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Nixon now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Washington offense back out there. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the... Talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. And now out comes Houston. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Seven Pirates. 18, Pioneer. Hurt. Buffalo 18.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Point after try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now back to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Rodgers on the return. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Going deep here for Watkins. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Come on.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Play action. Now Richardson.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.